Hello and welcome to a new episode of Trains At, and today we're at Castleton on the Calder Valley line. Today you'll be seeing services by Northern, Trans-Pennine Express and a bit of freight. Today's episode will be slightly different as it is my 600 subscriber special. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stop recording until 20 past 1. If it makes sense. So it's going to be 2 hours. I'm not going to pause recording unless something happens. So, that all being said and done, let's get on with the video. And I'm just going to be waffling in this video anyway, so I hear something behind me. Something in that bushes there. Oh, something. I think the stopper is coming. As the first train of this 2 hour hellhole. So this will be worked by 150-103. And 150-143 bringing on the rail, working the stopper from Rochdale to Clitheroe. And this is what you miss when you're recording. You have a garage there, and where they will shout, scream and swear, so I hope I don't catch them in this video doing that. Now departing is 150-103 and 150-103. Working the 1124 Northern service to Clitheroe. So, I keep asking how long I usually spend at train stations, and it is usually about 2 hours depending where I usually go, and there is a massive dragonfly there. Oh my god. Anyway, I do usually spend about 2 hours at train stations. I do typically spend 2 hours here, but like stations like Leeds, the Leeds video that I did, I only spent an hour recording before the disruption happened with trespassers on the railway, and I stayed nearly an extra 2 hours trying to get a train. But that's a story for another time. Church Fenton, I think I spent about 3 hours there. York, I spent about, nearly 4. I think it was nearly 4. Crewe, both times I went, it was about 4 or 5 hours, and then the Stepford was 3, and then the Stoke-on-Trent was 2. But it is all dependent on what runs through and how busy the station is. As I say, if I only need to be there for an hour, I only need to be there for an hour. But if I need to be there longer, I can. If I need to be there shorter, I can just make it shorter. Like the Stalybridge like the Staley Bridge video where I only had like 15 minutes and that turned out to be 14 minutes. Now, who the hell are you? This must be the Blackburn Headbolt Lane. Right. I thought the Blackburn Headbolt Lane was going through. Let's read the destination board and so 150 452 is on the front. It's off to Headbolt Lane. With 156 411 bringing up the rear. And just down there, they are building a heritage train station for the East Lancs Railway to come up. And then when that's finished, I'll see if I can try and get on the platform for that and train spot there, because it may be a bit better. Obviously, once the bridge over the M62 gets fixed, which it's going to be short for about 2 weeks, because it's a bit broken. Trying to think what else I can talk about. There is Lumo are going to be coming up to Rochdale within the next 3 years. So I'm going to try and be on the first service for that, depending on when it is. And I'll see if I can ask Lumo if I can be on the press trip as well. If I can't, I'll come here and record Lumo coming through. Virgin Trains as well. They're meant to be coming here. Well, to Rochdale, because they're meant to be splitting the train at Manchester Victoria, where one half goes to Preston, one half comes up to Rochdale, I think. Those are two new train operators that are planned to come up. But I know Lumo, it's definitely confirmed. But the Virgin Trains, I'm not quite sure. Don't know what whatever's in there is. I don't know what it is, but it's doing my head in. And then there were plans at one point to have Manchester Victoria to Rochdale electrified, but that never happened. But instead they focused all the money on the Northern Transpennine route upgrade. And then up to Church Fenton and up to York. So the 397 is going to run all the way up to Edinburgh from Liverpool. Yeah, that's all the train related stuff that I've got now. But if anything does pop up, I will thing it. And now coming in will be a single Class 150 running from Blackburn to Rochdale. Running about 5 minutes late now. And there's a Ryanair somewhere up there. Works by 15121. Lovely. And I just want to remind you, if you've got any station suggestions that you want me to do for the end of 2024 and into 2025, do let me know. Either by commenting on one of my videos or one of my posts, community posts. I need to try and get back on the channel updates thing because I've kind of fingered that. I've kind of given up on that. Now departing is 15121, working the heavily delayed 1126 Northern service to Rochdale. And this video will give you a sense of feel on how long I have to wait sometimes between trains. Because sometimes it's 2 minutes, sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 10 minutes. It all depends, but the station can get really quiet at times. Just going to plop you down there while I take the coat off. As I said, this video may be shorter than 2 hours, but if I do 1 hour or 2 hours, I hope you do understand that this station does get quiet at times, and I do run out of things to talk to between trains. And I am recording this in advance, and at the time I've got 589 subscribers, and this video would have been recorded before my Doncaster video, before any other video except from the compilation video, which I recorded last week at the time of recording, and the trying to ride on all 6 train operators in Manchester. I recorded that about 2 months ago, because I spent one Saturday on a bus, tram and train day ticket trying to ride on all 6. And I'm going to try and do it next year again, because I found like that video was so fun to record. Even though the dodgy camera work is at its best dodgy. Saying that, my Leeds video has got probably some of the most dodgy camera work. Tell you what, I was looking back at the Stepford video, and oh my god, the dodgy camera work on that is absolutely awful. Like, it is dodgy as anything. So I am sorry if the camera just went like that sometimes, or slanted or whatever. Yeah. As I say, I'm trying to invest in something like a Samsung Galaxy tablet or something like that, so I can record it on the videos on that, and then use real-time trains off my phone. But for now, I'm just using my phone to record, so I'm trying to invest in a Samsung Galaxy tablet, but it might be the start of next year, so start 2025 before I'll receive it, so yeah. I'm hoping the sound quality in the actual quality of the videos will improve as well. And hopefully, because in September I start my final year of high school, I will have about nearly 7-8 weeks to go out and record pointless journeys, all 6 train operators in Manchester. I can push all the videos out, and then, but at the moment I am just trying to get all the stations that I want to do this year done before I start doing the stuff that I really want to do, that isn't just train spotting. And as I said in the previous, so the January 2024 channel update video, I did say I want to try and move to Jeff Marshall style content, which I'm just trying to think of ideas for that, as I do watch pretty much every single one of his videos. So I am just trying to figure out some ideas for Manchester style content with it as well. If that makes sense. But I am going to try and do all 99 tram stops in Manchester and try and attempt for the world record for it as well. So there is a green light. Nothing coming? No. Yeah, so if you have any ideas for videos, train stations, whatever, videos that I can do that are based around Manchester, that are train related, do let me know. As I say, I do want to try and get further out into the country, as some of my train stations that I want to go to next year are down south. And I am hoping soon enough that I can start earning ad revenue from YouTube. Oh my god, will this thingy stop? I've got another hour and 40 minutes to record, roughly. It's either going to be an hour and 40 minutes or 40 minutes. But as I say, I remember the days when that signal down there used to be a semaphore signal about 6-7 years ago. Now they've unfortunately removed it. And now the only semaphore signal that I can see is down there. I can just about see it. I know you probably won't pick it up on camera, but there's a couple of semaphore signals down there. And those are I think they are the only ones left on this line. So I'm hoping they don't replace those at any point. But I do like when they moved the 155s up to York and they scrapped the 153s and the Pacers, they've gotten rid of some of the variety now of what you used to get. Like, all you can get now in terms of variety wise with Northern are your 195s, your 156s, your 150s and the 158s. That's all now. And looking back, I do really miss the variety that used to come through here. Like, you had 155s, 153s, 158s, 156s, 150s, 142s. You had it all. But something coming round the corner. But yeah, I do really miss the variety that used to come through here. And at the time of this recording, I have started a TikTok account where I'm just going to post a bit of everything on there. So a bit of exclusive content. Oh God. So here's 195123. Working Chester to Leeds, and now coming through will be 158905. NHS, we thank you. And with 158860 bringing up the rear with the service from Leeds to Wigan Walgate. So yeah, I do kind of miss the variety that used to come through here. But yeah, as I say, TikTok, I'm just going to post anything like train related that you won't see being filmed on YouTube. So go and have a look at that. I think the username off the top of my head is Stepford.rail. So Stepford _rail. Because someone's just nicked Stepford Rail as it is. So unless someone's trying to copy me, I will find you. I will find you. Don't worry. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm hoping within like 2026, 2027, I want to... Oh my God, there's a dragonfly. I hate dragonflies so much. They're absolutely massive here. Yeah, within the next 2 or 3 years, I do want to try and start venturing out into Europe, like more like Germany, because I know some of their stuff is actually quite good. Like, they've got some really nice freight trains. They've got the ICEs, they've got the... Oh! Don't know if you can see that, but... Oh yeah, there. There is an Emirates A380 coming in from Dubai. They don't usually come up this far. Anyway, I do want to try and venture out into Europe, do a couple of videos there in Germany and see how they do, but I'm probably going to wait until I'm in college for that. And yeah, so I do want to try and go into some more international locations, but as I say, I'm going to try and experiment it with Vero Beach in Florida. But obviously by the time that's recorded and uploaded, I'll be back off holiday, so by the time it's out, I'll be back off holiday. I'll be back in school by then. Oh my God, there's a dragonfly. Oh my God, I hate them. The other week, I saw a dragonfly eating a wasp. I'm not joking. It was about here when I was recording the compilation video, one part of it, and all it was doing is eating the wasp. It was disgusting. Oh my God. They must live in these bushes here. Oh. So I am hoping that one of these biomasses is a 60, because the recent times I've been here, they've been swapping the 60s for a 66, which is a lot more boring. Yeah. Here's some signage that you may want to read. The Samaritans. There is one on the other side. Over there. Yeah, I swear the Samaritans put signage wherever they can. But in really odd places, like the top of a station platform where no one will ever go. I don't know why I did a voice crack. But this is what you hear where between trains is a voice crack. Yeah. It is horrendous, my voice cracking. Fun fact, with the York video, that was actually filmed on my birthday. And I was spending the night in York. And I went to the National Railway Museum before it and went to York train station after it. And the reason why we went into York train station is because the balcony was actually shut. So we couldn't go into on the balcony. So we just ended up going on the station because we nearly would have went Colton Junction. It was nearly Colton Junction, but I want to try and do Colton Junction again because it's been about 3 years since I've last been. But the nearest station to it is Church Fenton. And it's about a 3-hour walk. So if I was going to do it, I'd have to book a taxi to Colton Junction, which I don't think which I probably won't want to do. I'm trying. And as well, quite a lot of people have asked me, I think, the two most common questions that I get asked when train spotting with people is how did I get into it? How did I get into train spotting? And how long I've been train spotting? So I'm going to answer that in this video so you don't have to come and find me and ask me. So I've been train spotting been doing this hobby since, I think, 2010 or 2011, when my dad used to take me down to the airport on the train. So when I was pretty much a baby, my dad used to take me down to the airport on the train, and we'd go and watch the planes, or we'd go and sit on top of a car park and watch planes and then take the train back home. And then how I got... So I've been doing train spotting for about 14 years. And then why I got into train spotting was basically my dad and my granddad. Because my dad had some old model trains that he gave to me, and I've still got them. So, say like an old HST set, still in, that he bought originally 30 years ago. I think it was nearly 40 now. Same with the 225 set that I've got. Oh. Here's a pairing of 158s from Wigan Walgate to Leeds. 158, 867 on the front. And 871 on the rear. So yeah, as I say, my dad has bought some trains and thingy, and he used to put a layout for me and in the living room or in my bedroom. I'd used to sit and play for it for hours, and yeah, that's how. And then yeah, so I've got some like 30, 40-year-old locomotives that need repairs. And I've had a look, and they're going for an absolute fortune. Because the fact they were made by Hornby, and they were in the full set, still in the old Intercity livery. Before you ask, I'm not selling any of it. Oh, here we go. 195 from Leeds to Chester. Works by 195 131. Nice two-tone from the driver there. But yeah, that's how I got into train spotting. I used to have a model railway, and I used to be fascinated with trains, and obviously my dad taking me down to the airport. And I do remember vividly the first time I went to Stepford as well, when I saw my granddad train spotting as well, Dragonflight. Yeah, so my granddad was train spotting, because I do remember it vividly. He had a massive tripod with a camera on top of it, and that was a time when London Midland and Virgin Trains existed, which was many, 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 many moons ago. Can't see that plane. I promise I didn't do it, wherever those sirens were going. Yeah. So that's how I really got into train spotting, is my dad taking me out to the airport and me having a model railway layout, which I still have, but obviously I don't usually like running it over the summer, because of the heat, and the engines can overheat. So I don't typically usually run them over the summer. It's usually winter. And before you ask, no, my house isn't air conditioned, or the house that I'm living in now isn't air conditioned. Do that. There we go. Yeah. Oh, there's a lorry pulling into the site. This is going to get copyrighted. Whenever copyrighted music come along, I'll start. Right. So now coming in, will be 15121, working a service to Blackburn from Rochdale, obviously working the stopper. But by 15121, don't know why I did another voice crack then. And Northern are in the phase of redoing the 156s, putting the god-awful iron board seating in, because I saw a picture on Twitter, I think it was the other week, of 156441 having a refurbished interior, but I'm going to try and find where it usually runs. I need to keep talking because otherwise I'm going to get copyrighted, because I don't know how loud the music is, unless I'm hoping the YouTube algorithm doesn't recognise the song. And now departing is 15121, working the 1157 Northern service to Blackburn. So, yeah. I'm trying to... And the reason why I've not done any collabs yet is because I don't really want to. Because I prefer doing train spotting alone. And if I do a collab with someone, I will offer to pay me and the person to go out to a train station and film. But I don't really want to do that now until I start making money on the channel. But if you do want a collaboration, please do let me know and we'll just meet up either here or at a train station somewhere in the north and do a bit of train spotting there. Well, I think the only train spotting video that I did a collab with was the one with AL Train Spots, when he and me bumped into each other at Crewe. And yeah, and that was the first time we went Crewe. I went Crewe as well. And if people are asking, I'm probably not going to go to Crewe for a little bit. It'll probably be either the back end of 2025, probably. Either the back end of 2025 or the start of 2026. Because all it is a bunch of train spotters gathering around at a train station. And I am going to make Stepford my yearly thing now. And I may probably have it as my start year one. But, as I say, I'm trying to debate which one's going to be my start year film. And obviously Manchester Piccadilly is definitely going to be my end of year video. After visiting it in February. So, yeah. Not quite sure what to talk about now, again. As it is, we're 39 minutes in. Right. I'm actually going to put my camera down for a minute, without pausing it, down on the platform and have a drink. Right, there we go. Without pausing. This should be the biomass. Because it's running, it'll take about 10 years to actually come up the hill. Yeah, I do remember last year, so 2023, I did actually come here 3 days a week because I had nothing else better to do, and I have no friends that actually like train spotting, so... Funny story, actually. One time, I took my friend up to Murfield just to go on a train, and she was actually sat in the shelter, obviously with the headphones on, with one... You know how people have one in and one just slightly open? Yeah, that thing. I don't know what you call it, but just go with that thing. Yeah, and I was filming YouTube shorts right outside the shelter, and whenever like a train come past, I'd wave to the train driver and make a horn, and make the person, my friend, crap herself. And I think she hates me for that now, so yay. And I think it was kind of like our birthday present between me and her. That is definitely biomass, because I've just heard Stella say, stand behind the platform edge twice. Yeah. But I am pretty much openly willing to take some of my friends on train trips. Because my mum's like to me when I talk to her about something. She's like, oh, how about you take one of your friends up on a train? And I'm like, I don't really want to, because I could just be sat across the table on the train, pure waffling to them. Yeah. But I have like lots of little stories like that. But in the end, by the time we got to Murfield, she dragged me to a cafe, and I was like, oh my god. She made me miss a light locomotive as well. Probably 68, which I was pissed about. But in the end, we ended up on a Grand Central 221 to Halifax and then came down. So I wasn't complaining at that at the end of the day. This should be the Transpennine empty coach and move. And what Transpennine have cleverly done now is, instead of putting a different head code in for the driver training, they put it as an empty coaching move. Which makes you think, like, oh, what is it? There goes B Network bus. And I've been asked this question a couple of times by the same person that I made a crap myself here. Oh no, this is the empty one coming the other way. It's running early as well. 66. She's asked me, will you ever get into buses? Definitely not. Because number one, I can't be arsed, and number two, a bus is a bus. Oh, bloody hell, they're both here. They're both 66s. Get the empty one, as it usually does move slightly faster. Because it's empty. I can actually hear the other one behind me firing up. So this is works by 66757. West Somerset Railway and 66308. Signalman Willie Taylor. Working the full one. Nice two-tone from that other 66 as well. And if you are wondering, the biomass is, I think it's little wooden pellets from America that get shipped over to Liverpool and then get taken up to some power plant. I think up in Newcastle. No, not near. I don't know where it is. I think it's near Sherburn in Elmot. Because my dad keeps telling me a story on how he used to go to Church Fenton. This was probably about 40 years ago. 30, 40 years ago. And there used to be queuing. It used to be all 47s queuing up waiting to get in to the factory. I think it'd be like a single line or something like that, and you could see them all queuing in. I wish 47s you still do freight trains, but obviously it's now the 90s that are not doing them as much. But yeah, will I ever get into buses? No. Because all I know is a bus is a bus. It takes me from A to B and then B to A. And yeah. And now I am into planes, on the other hand. Excuse me. Now, I am into planes because why not? Because I think planes are easier to understand than bloody buses. And before you say, I'm not going round every single bloody bus route in Manchester, because that's not happening. Give me probably about £500 million. Actually, no. About £1 million, and I'll probably do it. If you gave me $500,000 plus however much it is for a B Network smart card, and however much it is for a week bus pass, I probably may actually do it. If you gave me £1 million and you paid for all the expenses. So if you are, I've got them about 1,001,000 or something like that, expenses wise. Please do let me know, and I can send you my bank details to send them over, and I can do it. Yeah, so if you have any interesting videos I can do, like visiting all 99 tram stops, or visiting how far I can go on a train in Greater Manchester. The 11:57's running to Rochdale's delayed by 22 minutes. And this is running Manchester Victoria to Leeds, works by 195 115. I was meant to whistle, but it didn't come out that way. Should have went. Oh God, I can't whistle now. Yeah, should have went like that, but it went horribly wrong. And it's about time for my lunch as well. But obviously I've got another... Oh my God. Well, yeah. Something landed on the tripod, but yeah. I've still got another hour and 10 minutes to go. So please follow my TikTok, because I've only got, about 13 people following it. And I am trying to get to about... I do want to start earning money from this so I can at least get something back. Because there's dealer pays that I've not managed to get back because I can't be arsed getting it. Because I think because by the time I've gotten all the dealer pays sorted, it'll be about £25 of dealer repays that I need to get back, which is quite a bit. Could get me something, but I'm not gonna fuss with getting a dealer repay. I'm not fussing around with getting a dealer repay. Because my dad goes down to work in Cambridge, he started to get a dealer repay because me and my dad have got some of the worst luck with trains. Because they're either delayed, cancelled, or there's disruption. Now coming round the corner should be a pairing of sprinters running from Blackburn to Headbolt Lane. This is a 156 and a 150 combination. Works by 156 408 and 150 118, bringing up the rear. Yeah. Say, when I was coming back to Stepford, from Stepford back into Manchester, I was delayed by 25 minutes due to waiting for a train crew member because of the IT outage. So I never got a dealer repay from that, and I could have, but I can't be asked getting it. Then my other dealer repay was when was it now? Oh yeah, the disruption at Leeds. I was like, I can't be asked getting a refund because there were paper tickets for number one, and number two, they didn't care. They probably weren't. And by the time I paid for postage and sent them off and printed off the confirmation email, I could have. And then my third dealer repay was when I went down to Glossop, Hadfield and Glossop, to tick off those two stations for me, all the stations project, and my Transpennine Express was delayed because of the reason that I never want to hear again, of the signal right outside Victoria thought that the train was incomplete. There's a 6-car Transpennine when it pulled in. But yeah, I was like, when I pressed get refund, I think it was Sunday. Either Sunday or I think it was Sunday. I think it was last Sunday or last Saturday. Press that, and I couldn't get it. The refund came out to £0, and I was like, can I get at least £2 back from it, or can I at least get half of it back? Because but when I went to Stockport with a few family members, and me East Midlands Railway was 40 minutes late, by the time I sent off the postage and all that, it came to like £2. Like £2 refund, which I get, which is nice. Now coming in is the heavily delayed 11:57 Northern service to Rochdale, running 20 minutes late. Because when I checked about an hour ago, we were running about 10. So people are going to be getting a delay repay from this. So 156412 is on the front, and I'll get the rear once she departs. Anyway, signal is yellow. Passenger. See, I've noticed that is when I'm now getting ready to depart is 156412 and her partner working the 21-minute delayed 11:57 Northern service to Rochdale. With 156415 bringing up the rear. Nice smile from the guard there as well. But yeah, I've never understood, I'm going to walk up a bit, why that says do not cross this line on the line is right beneath my feet, is right there. Same with that side. Don't know why, but on the other end, it's different. Yeah. Right. Now, looking at how long I've got left, I think I may end it at 1 hour. Because there's obviously a couple of bits that'll need to get done before I need to go out somewhere. There's a two-tone. But yeah, there's obviously a couple of bits that I need to do before I go back out. So whatever this next train is will be the last train of this. Even though I did say 2 hours in the update and at the start of this, also 150 pairing running from Headbolt Lane to Blackburn. It's going to be stopping because of the red light, because of the 22-minute delayed stopper. Works by 15102 on the front. And 15124 on the rear. Now, as they continue up to Blackburn, I will now leave it there. Thank you ever so much for watching, if you've made it this far. I did want to make it 2 hours, but I know if I got to 2 hours, it would get really boring for me. And it'd be really boring for you guys just to watch me ramble between trains. But yeah, it's been a heck of an hour. I probably will do this once I get to 1,000 subscribers, but if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will do the full 2 hours. It'll just be, it's because I'm holding the tripod because it's small, and I don't think holding it for 2 hours would actually help. So I'm gonna leave it here because I've got stuff to do, and oh god, kids got right. I'm gonna have to end it really quick now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end it real quick because a kid's coming up. I've heard a kid pointing at me, being like, "Has he got a camera?" I'm hoping that I did pick it up because that was real funny. That'll be a story for next hour series. Shall I just wave at the next train driver that comes by and piss him off? I think I may do. Anyway, I'll let you know how that goes in the Doncaster train spotting. But yeah, I don't know what my next train spotting video is, but right, this 195 I'm gonna try and. So this is working a northern service from Leeds to Manchester Victoria. Works by 195 122. Oh my god, I didn't whistle again. It didn't go right. Alright, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sort myself out, and then yeah. So thanks ever so much for watching. I don't exactly, as I say, I don't know what my next station is, as this is all pre-recorded. But thanks for 600 subscribers. Thank you for 600 subscribers. I hope I can get to 1,000 within the next year. And yeah. Thank you ever so much for watching and sticking around. From me here at Castleton, I will see you all later. Have a nice rest of the day, and see you in the next video.